Hello, Zanzi. Welcome to it. There's Hollywoodbets once again brings you GameON right here on SABC One. And it is a time for giving. I'll tell you what, football, whether it's out in England or here in Zanzi, is certainly giving us a lot to talk about. Later on, we'll talk about the local game, of course, with Jerry Skosana. For now, I have Shane McGregor. Let's talk about all that's happening out in England and interesting times when you look at some of the results that have come through. But I want to start through, firstly, talking about a fixture we touched on last week. United at home to Nottingham Forest. Forest have had an interesting run so far this season. United have had the coaching change, and we were hoping as United fans there'd be a light at the end of the tunnel. Turns out, no, there wasn't a light. There was a big train coming to coming to crash us out the way. Your thought on that game? Forest 3-2 winners out at United.
Yeah, good to be here, by the way. I said to you last week, be careful of this one.
Yeah.
Forest have been going well. They're very ambitious for us, you know. They got the sporting director from Arsenal. That was part of Arsenal. He's come into the group because it's a group. It's not just Nottingham Forest. It's a group. Olympiacos is part of it. There's a few clubs part of it. He's made a little bit of changes there. Forest are going well. They're a very good team, a good manager. I can't say that too much about a good team from the opposition that day, but I think the manager's now working out that he needs to bring players in. Yeah,
reality, yeah?
Reality.
At United.
Needs to get rid of players and needs to bring in.
Now, both the red side and the blue side of Manchester are getting battered red and blue by Monday. When you look at City, away to Palace, you're thinking, here's a chance for Pep to get some results going back-to-back. And Crystal Palace, who struggled all season, come up with a 2-2 draw against City.
Well, at the moment, the way City again, this is the results. You know, 2-2. Unfortunately for him, they've hit a brick wall. And I've told you from day one, without Rodri, they're a different team. And he's struggling to find the combination that fits in there. He's got players coming back from injury, which will help him. Haaland started scoring. He seems to be finding his feet again, but it's too slow. Like you say, Palace have been struggling, and to get a result there is brilliant. So, you know, City just got to keep on fighting. I think they're out the title race now. I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to be a bit too much to catch up. But they're always a dangerous team, and they will beat a few of the top sides going along the year.
The city to watch out in England from a footballing point of view is always London. I mean, for a club from London to win the league, when you consider how many derbies are in there, hence I'm talking grade A games, it's tough. High-intensity games they go through. Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea, they only go and serve up a 7-goal thriller. Chelsea are now second on the log. Big surprise so far going into December. Yeah,
big surprise. Yeah. They've got a young squad. Sorry, they got a young squad, and they seem to be gelling very well. Also, once again, new manager, and he's brought in a whole lot of players. It looks good, but can they keep it going? Young players is always the problem, is that you need to rest them, bring them, you know, make changes, but they proved me wrong. They keep on winning. Let's just hope they can keep it going. That's a big thing.
Another London derby for them, Arsenal, 1-1. Arsenal stumbling here and there.
Well, that's what you're talking about, derbies. You know? It's always, and I always tell you, it's difficult to go there, to Craven Cottage. Very hard. It's a smallish field. It's not your normal size field. The change rooms are different. Everything is different. Derby games, always difficult. So like you say, to win it from as a London club is very, very difficult.
Now,
Chelsea did it a few years ago.
It doesn't happen a lot though, eh?
It doesn't happen
in London.
Often. Yeah.
No. Let's talk Arsenal. Big game against Everton later on today. Keeping in mind Everton-Liverpool didn't come and play last week. That game was postponed, but big game nonetheless for Everton still.
Big game. You know, Everton have got to start turning around, otherwise they're going to be in big trouble. You know, Arsenal played midweek. It's always a difficult one for me when you play midweek. If you look at Everton now, they didn't play last week, so they've had basically a full week and more to train, get everything ready. A difficult game for Arsenal again, but I do think that the experience will tell. Everton need to change things around, but I can't see it happening today.
At the start of December, it looked as though Liverpool would go into a bigger lead by this time in December. It's been cut down just a bit by Chelsea, but they've got a chance to pick up some points against another London club. That's Fulham, Liverpool, but Liverpool are at home this time, yeah?
Yeah, at home. It's always difficult, always better for them. They travelled again during the week. My biggest worry for Liverpool at the moment is with so many games coming up over this December period, is the injuries. And they've only got 5 fit defenders in total. I just feel, you know, Fulham did get a result, so they'll have their heads up high. I think Liverpool at home against them will be too good.
we have to talk about it. The big cities, we've touched on London, we've touched on what's going on out with Liverpool and everything, but the big cities include Manchester, the city of Manchester from a footballing point of view in England. City and United meet at a time when both clubs are maybe going through a bit of a twilight zone here, where they're not too sure what the future has in store for them, especially for City, who are falling off a bit from what we've grown used to.
Ideal time for Man United to be playing City because of the results. And vice versa. It's ideal time for City to play United. Won't get Manchester. It's always a huge game, and we all know exactly how they are, how fanatical they are.
Is it still a big game, Jane? Is it amongst the biggest game in the world?
You can't say it's not. You can't say it's a big game. Not in the world, but it's a big game.
Because
just the way they're playing is not. But this game, I think, has got draw written all over it because there's so much to lose from both sides. And my biggest problem is. Man United can't defend. Man City have been struggling to score. So I think a draw on the card.
Here's my issue with this game. There was a point when the famous tag Noisy Neighbours came through when City were coming up and catching up to Manchester United. At that point, you compare it to a Real Barca fixture. Is this fixture anywhere near that now?
Not this season, though.
I'm talking over the last 5, 10.
The last 5 years, no, because of what's happened with United. But it'll get back to there. Yeah, I think United will bring players in. They'll make changes. I don't know where he's going to find 5 defenders. that's what's needs to happen.
Yeah.
But it'll get back to that. I think it'll be a lot more competitive coming over the next couple of years.
Well, we United fans will be hoping that Shane McGregor is right, of course, in seeing United over the next, 5 years?
5 years.
I say 10 years. Getting back and catching up to the likes of City. Thanks so much to Shane McGregor. On the other side of this, we shift focus to the local game. So much to talk about. With Chelis Kosana.
Wanna bet? You are on.
Breaking news. Gogo takes a prize challenge to a penalty shootout.
Aziz again.
Let's go. Brian looks confident here. What? He's completely missed it. Here comes Gogo. And what a kick! She's done it! She's done the impossible! Hollywoodbets, Azisheke, let's play.
Welcome back to GameON. Now, time to switch focus and talk about all things local. And Chelis Kosana joins us saying, wow, what an interesting December. What an interesting 2024-25 Betway Premiership season so far. Uncle Jerry, let's start off with SuperSport United. They've had their problems, but the weekend, last weekend, Bashai Richards played 1-0, an important win, I think, for Kevin Hunt in trying to turn the season around.
Yeah, I think it was something good for Kevin Hunt because he wanted the turnaround after all the problems that he was having. But yeah, unfortunately, it happened against a team that is also struggling, trying to get things together. But yeah, for them to win there, maybe it will be a moral booster going forward.
Now, I mentioned SuperSport because their team, as a Pitoli, that's got a coach that's won the league with them, but they're going through their problems. Among things seem to be going well in Pitoli. But yet, one of my problems, and they've just had a coaching change. In my Mamelodi Sundowns, did you see the coaching change coming? Especially so soon after Gulani Hambile. And what are your thoughts on it?
Really, it was something that nobody expected it. Nobody anticipated anything like that. Because for me, if you look at now where Sundowns are seated in the PSL, I mean, they're like on top of the log. For me, it's more like
Final,
but also in the CAF games, yes, they haven't lost, but they haven't won. 2 draws, not bad for a start. So for me, it's still something which is good from the technical team and the whole Sundowns teams. But hey, coach, man, I serious. I don't know about South African coaches in terms of big clubs.
Okay, I'll just say so. 4 months ago, Besuma and Sundowns possibly finishing the league, the season unbeaten.
Yeah.
That was 3-4 months ago. Here we are 3-4 months down the line and there were 2 coaching changes. Could you have foreseen so many things going wrong in such a short space of time at Sundowns? And what does it mean about this season and the season going forward for Sundowns?
I really don't know. I think maybe in management, Sundowns. But for me, it's so disturbing. Honestly, so disturbing because I'm thinking of other players. that we're understanding the culture of a coach, because sometimes you need your own language, to be motivated. But you look at Sundowns' history of Sundowns, how many foreign coaches have been hired and sacked? So I don't know with this one, because when those at times happen.
You actually had the golden years of those local coaches now. Those are the golden years. Yeah,
I mean, who won Sundowns the Champions League? It's a local coach in Pitso Mosimane. For me, when Rulani was still in charge, unfortunately, losing, buying out in the semi-final of the CAF. So let's see what's going to happen now. Because I thought this was something which Mangoba wanted maybe to achieve, to take Sundowns to another star in their shirt, winning the CAF Champions League. So for me, I don't know these changes, what are they gonna do? But I see something wrong coming at Sundowns. There would be a little bit of decline. From the performance.
From the Pitso Mosimane era to Rulani ups and downs to my mobile community, I think one thing we can all say, South African football fans, the phase Bafana Bastille really came to the fore. Shushan and Piano was back. So it'll be interesting to see where Sundowns takes us forward culturally from a South African football point of view. But Kaizer Chiefs last week Polokwane City, they've showed us signs Chiefs. Nice colours though.
Nice colours though.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, I've said it last week to say the only time Chiefs are gonna have a good result against Polokwane City, it would be a draw. But Polokwane City are gonna be running away with it, because you can tell. We played this game. You can see how Chiefs are playing. You can tell about Polokwane City. I even mentioned one of the goal scorers, it would be Apolis, and it went like that. I mean, he scored the first goal, which was an opener. And for me, it's something which, as a footballer, like an ex-professional player, you always anticipate what you're gonna have to see happening. And yeah, this is exactly what is happening.
The year 2024, from January till December, I don't think Chiefs has won 10 matches. It's below 10 matches from January till December. It's 2024 in your time in South African football, from Musasimani, the toughest year for Kaizer Chiefs this year.
Probably it is. It is. Really, it is for me. I mean, now you're talking about Chiefs. What I remember back those days, when you start saying Iwisa Kaizer Chiefs, yes, they were like having Iwisa title sponsor. When it starts like Iwisa Kaizer Chiefs, I promise you. But now, I don't know really. I don't know, maybe because of Toyota or anything beyond that. I don't know.
Sure.
It's really not good for South African football, because if you follow the social media, a lot of supporters think of quitting Chiefs, and I don't stand by it. They need to be there, support the team. Let's make sure South African football goes back to where it belongs. Because Mangbuya in 95, when we won the Champions League in the Orlando Pirates, scoring that important goal, it was because of I wanted to show Chiefs how it's supposed to be done, and that motivated. But now, I don't think there is any competition from other clubs, because Chiefs are not in the Sundowns Pirates standard. I'm sorry, I might be wrong, but that's how I portray it.
There's Kuba Galaxy in Amazulu last week about clubs that are struggling, but have room for improvement. You said Amazulu have looked nice recently, but their problems are still real. Balu Zegui, TS Galaxy 1-0. They've still got a lot of work to do, Amazulu.
Yes, we can only talk about the scoreline. But if you were watching the game, I would give it to Amazulu. I mean, they play good football. I'm more than pleased to see the way they play. They were just unfortunate because the goal that they conceded, it was like a beautiful goal.
Yes.
That was scored by the Teje. I mean, so for me, Amazulu still for me stand to be there, and I feel and believe they're going to be giving us exciting things to come this season. Yeah.
Tell you who's giving us exciting things moving into the December period. It's Marumo Gunners. They seem to be getting it together going towards the midway point of the season. They have the beating of Makesi with a 3-1 scoreline. So congratulations to Gallants in what's going on out in the Free State. We keep Cherry around and we talk more about the fixtures in the Premiership and some exciting times that lie ahead. Stay with us. Welcome back to Game On now. We continue to talk about what's happening locally and as far as the fixtures to look forward to. Jerry's still with us here. And Jerry, let's talk about Supersport United. Time now for Kevin win, but winning last week. The big concern is since we win the cup,
yeah, it's going to be a problem for Makesi because Ngati Leban is the winner this Calling Cup. They thought maybe they were like on top of everybody, but it has proven after that cup they haven't won a game. And they are playing a team that just came from a 1-0 win against Richards Bay. So Kevin Hunt will always want to improve. And Makesi find them in trouble. Supersport for me, go for a win.
You know, my favorite underdogs, I think over the last 2 seasons, last week for Ipolwane City, just the way Babu Ngakuna last season, top 8. This season, already Bashai Chiefs, Bashai Sundowns, Papa is Zamata Babani. They're at home against Maluma Kalans in a game to look forward to Sunday.
You know, if maybe I have to take a title in Jenginiga somebody, I would say, let's call it a police Polokwane City. You know?
Sure.
Honestly, I mean,
Sure.
the player is just so magnificent. I once said if he continues come 2025 to be with Polokwane City, then all the big clubs that can afford him wouldn't be serious about having him because he's a gem. To me, he's always one of the best. And Polokwane City, yes, everything is going smooth because of his performance.
Now, I have to talk about the big game this weekend. I think the biggest game of the weekend is between 2 clubs that are struggling so far this season. Galaxy at home to Kaizer Chiefs. Hey man, 2024 has been a very tough year for Kaizer Chiefs. They have to find a way to end it positively. Can they do it against Galaxy away from home?
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. A big one. I don't know who to pick up, but if I look at the results of both teams previously, I mean, TS Galaxy beating Amazulu 1-0, Chiefs losing to Polokwane City 2-0. It's going to be a closely contested game. But I think Kaizer Chiefs might come out with something because you'll never allow a big club like this to lose games like the way they are, especially to all these smaller clubs. So yeah, for me, if not a draw, I'll give it to Chiefs.
How much pressure is on Nabi? I mean, when the season started, all the fans came back. The kids everywhere, the fans were back, they were talking big, but Bafuni Sundowns, Bafuni Pirates, here we are now December. How much pressure is on Nabi? And we're not even at the midway point of the season yet.
I mean, landela like social media, especially with Chiefs supporters. Everybody's turning his or her back with Chiefs. And you look at the way they started when they brought Nabi, players that they roped in. You know, yes, there are a little bit of difficulties for Nabi to deal with, a lot of youngsters coming at Chiefs. But for me, I think those youngsters are far much better than some of the players that were brought to Chiefs, which are quality. If I look at Miguel, you know, for me, it's still a problem. Totally, yes, from Cape Town, Spurs being relegated, but he's doing well.
Yeah.
And also now the goalkeeping department, they had to move around. You know? So for me now, it's a lot of problems. One time we spoke about if you are a club and your spine is not in order, you're going to have problems. If you don't have a quality striker to score goals, you don't have a quality midfielder to create those chances, quality defender to do the defensive part of it, and also obviously the last line of defense, which is the goalkeeper. Everything that Chiefs, there is nobody that is stable, especially in that spine.
Tell you what,
problem.
I hear you there, Jerry, but tell you what, when it comes to the ladies' game in South Africa, one club that's got it going beautifully, from the goalkeeping department, the defensive, and all the different departments, Jingo Bushama midfielder and strikers as well, is Mamelodi Sundowns, rubbing shoulders with the very best on the continent, and we have to crown them champions once again and congratulate them after what's been a stunning performance in the 2023-24 Hollywoodbets Super League season. Let's look back at what Hollywoodbets has done in helping the South African game grow in the female side to a point where we are amongst, if not, the very best on the continent.
The Lucas Moripe Stadium in Pretoria hosted the Hollywoodbets Super League Grand Finale, and what an occasion it was, with Mamelodi Sundowns looking to finish the season in style in their clash against UWC. The Sundowns women's team was head and shoulders above the rest throughout the campaign, but would they have the right mentality to finish in style on home soil with the title already in the bag? That's definitely what their fans, the club's hierarchy and coaching staff would have wanted. Having both played in the CAF Women's Champions League recently, a hard-fought battle was on the cards, and the opening half was just that, but it remained goalless. In the second half though, Sundowns got the job done, with goals from Andisiwe Mgoyi and Letlhogonolo Mashigo, and then the party really began. The champions sealed a 2-0 win against UWC to make sure they ended their season on the perfect note.
I'm very proud of the girls. You know, it was one of those toughest seasons ever. You know, it might look easy from the outside, but us knowing the challenges that we're facing, it was very, very tough. But credit must go to the girls. I think they responded well to all the critics and all that. But I'm happy and we're excited that it's the 5th one in a bag.
And I'm very proud of this group, and I'm very proud of myself because we set some goals during the start of the season to say that no matter how hard it is, but we need to keep going as a team. We need to work very hard, and I'm glad that our hard work is being recognized today.
It was a massive occasion for not only Sundowns but also for SAFA, with the football governing body delighted with where the women's game is going.
This league is so special. Since the inception of this partnership, I must be honest with you, women football has changed in South Africa. You can check, now we've got the under 15, we've got the under 17, and we're building on those. And this is because of the investment that has been done by Hollywoodbets. And indeed, we go to the regions again. Hollywoodbets is there and it's assisting. So it's very important that we always value the partnership, and we appreciate the management of Hollywood for coming on board and to support this women football. We really appreciate. We couldn't be where we are today if this Hollywood was not there. We really appreciate.
Mamelodi Sundowns, champions of the Hollywoodbets Super League, and rightly so. 83 points in 30 matches, 27 wins, 2 draws, and just 1 loss. When you achieve greatness in such a manner, it's hard to put it into words, but for the Sundowns ladies, the sky certainly isn't the limit, and who knows, maybe, just maybe, they'll be even better next season.
This year we had about 3 teams that were chasing us, in UWC, in University of Joburg, in TX Galaxy. You know, the only message that I can say to them is, let them keep on coming, let them keep on chasing us. It also builds us, it also helps us, you know.
With this group of players, you know, I mean, we've got a very strong character, and we work for one another. So I believe that we can be able to do anything.
Without our fans, without you at home, we are nothing.
Thank you, Hollywood. Thank you, GameON. It's been a special one.
Thank you, Masandawana. Thank you, GameON. It's been an amazing ride. See you in 2025. Thank you, Cabo Yellow.
Well, thank you very much to Hollywoodbets for what they've done in developing the beautifully South African game now. There will be a new feature on a game, and something Hollywoodbets again is involved in. We're calling it the Hollywoodbets Originals. And these are legends, of course, that will be telling the South African story, the South African way, in as far as the beautiful game. The likes of Velile Mnyandu, Balis Giti, Joe Hoodler, and Regine Dovu well, part of a new feature on GameON. So let's find out more about that and catch you next week. So from myself, Susan Mapena, Sherry Skosana, as well as Shane McGregor and the rest of the team that is behind the scenes, let's check out the Hollywoodbets Originals, a new feature that we'll look forward to next week. Click, click, bang.
Umapensela ipeni lomsizi elibhala kuhle nje lobo umgijima ukhala ude njengemamba lalela ungithola kuphi Hollywoodbets azisheke